Good Wednesday afternoon. As you can see, I am by myself. Mike had a meeting with some folks that he needed to attend to, so he asked me if I would do the live, and so I can't say no, and I said yes. We have been in Colossians in chapter 3. We've done verse 12 through 15. So let's look at verse 16. Let the word of Christ richly dwell within you with all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another with psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs, singing with thankfulness in our heart to God. Verse 17. And whatever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks through him to God the Father. And what that's saying is that we need to let the word fill us, not let our emotions fill us, not let our thoughts fill us, not let the word fill us. When we are dealing with other people, sometimes it's really hard. Like I was just on the phone trying to get a simple address change done, and the lady was extremely rude, and I wanted to bite back at her, but I didn't. I kept my tongue. But it was hard. It's difficult when somebody comes at you, when you're trying to do what you think is the right thing. It's hard when somebody comes back at you. When you're out there doing good for your community or your school or your family or whatever it may be, and somebody comes up against you and wants to criticize what you're doing, your first thought is to bite back. But what the Lord wants us to do is to dwell in his word. Let the word of Christ richly dwell within you. And then we will have with all wisdom and teaching and admonishing one another with psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs, singing with thankfulness. Let the word dwell within us with thankfulness. When we let that word dwell in us, we will do the things that he has asked us to do without question, and we will just do them. And again, sometimes that is difficult. When you feel like you're doing exactly what God has called you to do, and someone wants to come against you and criticize you on that, yeah, it's hard to take that criticism sometimes, but we need to understand that the enemy is going to use people closest to us, people around us, people in our community, whatever it may be, to try and get us off that focus, to try and get us away from doing what God has called us to do. We need to be diligent in obeying what God has called us to do. Sometimes that's very difficult to do, but that's our call right now, is to do it with thankfulness and to do it allowing his word to dwell in our heart. And whatever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks through him to God the Father. So you should do it not so you get glory, not so your church or your whatever, your family, whatever gets glory, but because you want to honor the Lord. And that's what our good deeds need to be. Our good deeds, we don't need to go tout those on the street corners. It tells us very plainly not to do that, not to tout what we are doing on street corners. That we are just to do it and because we are following the obedience of the Lord, and we do that for him. So do those things, and don't let other people stress you out or make you think that you're not doing the right thing. If you're doing what God's called you to do, just continue to do those things. Tonight we will have youth. The littles will be in here from 6 to 7. Sorry, I'm getting signs made at me. And the youth will be here from 7 and along with adult Bible study at 7. Next week will be the first Women's Wednesday, but that's not this week, that's next week, just as a reminder that. We also will have a concealed carry class on Saturday. It will begin at 9 o'clock. We would ask that you please give us a call if you want to be enrolled in that class. The cost is $60. You need to bring your own gun and 50 rounds of ammunition. The class will start at 9 a.m. Connor will be leading that class. You will go through the classroom part of it, and then a break, and then go down and do the shooting part of it. I did it. I did pass with flying colors, so if I can do it, I know you can do it too. Again, it's $60 for that class. And if you want to be enrolled, please call 918-399-5956. Thank you so much. Also, Mary James will be here on Sunday and Monday. She will be with us in our 9 and 11 services, and then she will be with us Monday night at 7 o'clock at Cowboy Church. We will be having desserts, so please, if you want to come out, bring desserts, or if you want to bring a pot of beans, or if you want to bring whatever your little heart desires, you just bring it, and I promise you it will get eaten. So we hope to see you at one of those services either tonight or Sunday morning or Monday night. So please join us, and remember, as Pastor always says, it's faith over fear and Christ over crisis. Have a wonderful Wednesday.